Hi, my name is Harris Balin, and I am a sophomore at Wheaton High School.
Hi, my name is Rashid Agrawal, and I'm a junior at Richard Montgomery High School.
Hi, my name is Zachary Williams. I go to Montgomery Blair High School, and I am a junior.
Hi, I'm Eric Gersey. I go to BCC High School, and I'm proud to be a candidate to be this year's student member on the board.
Hi, I'm Cameron Reed. I go to Springbrook High School. I'm a junior.
My name is Richard Bannock. I'm running for SMOB, and I go to Bethesda Chevy Chase High School.
A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to my friend, and I asked her how the county was doing. She replied saying, fine. Our county is not fine. Fine is not good enough for our county. Good is not good enough for our county. Great is good enough for our county. In the future, I plan on making small changes, small, minuscule, because I think our county is doing great now. But I think with small, minuscule changes, we can help in the future make it better, make it great, so that no student says our county is fine. They say our county is great.
Any educational system has the goal of providing every single student the same education, regardless of background, socioeconomic status, race, whatever. But I think there's a lot where we can improve in that aspect, and I want to run for SMOB so we can help not only our current students, but also our future students that will be especially facing this achievement gap that happens. So, a lot of students don't have the right financial resources, other types of test prep, stuff like that, and thus they fall behind. And I don't think we're doing enough to help those specific students out, so I think we should try to help those students out. And I'm running for SMOB because I have a plan and different priorities in order to achieve my goal of narrowing the achievement gap while helping this general population.
I want to be the next SMOB because I've always had a passion for helping those that don't have a voice. And so I feel that with this position and my perspective on the student body, I could help to give these students a voice where they didn't have a voice before, and push for policies that actually help our county to become the #1. So I want to become SMOB because I feel like it's the best thing I could do to help students in my high school career.
The next student member on the board needs to be somebody who can unify the students of Montgomery County, and I want to be the next SMOB so that I can empower the student body through a strong voice on the board. We need somebody who will hit the ground running through experience. And with my experience working in the Montgomery County Regional SGA, working side by side with former SMOBs, I know what it takes to be next year's SMOB, and we have so much more to do as a student body, and I look forward to taking us there.
For the same reason, I'm in NHS, and that's National Honor Society. And the chapter of my school, we do a lot of community service projects, and the point of that is to benefit our community. And I think that helps the community a lot, and it's very similar to education because a lot of people in the county care about education. That's seen in the $2,138,000,000 that we spend on education every year. And so I think as a student member of the board, I would really be able to impact people's lives in a very positive way if I was elected.
Mainly because I want to be a politician when I'm older, and I feel like this would be a good building step to become a politician. Being active within the community is very important, and at a young age to start doing that is imperative.
If elected, I plan on actively engaging with students by setting up meetings and visiting with the students and talking and discussing the issues at hand that affect the students directly. This would help me better represent the student, and by doing this, I make sure that the students are not represented as just another statistic, and rather I will get to know them as a person. I don't want to know demographics or the amount of people per school. I want to know how each and every person thinks and views the topics and issues at hand, so that when I make a judgment or a call, it is for the good of the student body.
Oftentimes, SMOBs fail to communicate with their students, and the reason is not because they don't try, it's because there are a lot of methods that just go unused. So, when we think of communication, a lot of the time we think of social media, right? So I want to use like social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that, but also frequent video updates to all students, so regardless of school, all students can receive these updates to see what's happening at the board table. And I also want to use my extensive experience in technology to integrate an easy way to contact me or other board members.
The problem really is with advertising to students, because students go through a busy year and it sometimes results in them looking forward to the next SMOB, not focusing on the current SMOB. So what I would do is to organize monthly meetings at different schools all over our county, and then also having newsletters that go out to our schools newspapers, and making sure that as many students as possible can see what I'm up to.
The disappearing SMOB is definitely a big issue because it hinders our ability as a student body to make progress. I have a few solutions for this issue. First, I'm going to be at every school visiting the students, not only at the SGAs, but also sitting down and having roundtable discussions and think tanks with SGAs, student athletes, club leaders, and many other peers. I also want to use our technology that we have to have an app or a portal on every Google Classroom to communicate one-on-one with the SMOB to talk about issues or other things that may be affecting the students.
Well, I think the best way is grassroots outreach, because it's not enough to post on social media or make an announcement. You really have to go school to school. So what I plan to do, if elected, is reach out to every single school's SGA and have them reach out to students at their schools, and then those students can attend the meetings.
I will implement a new policy, visitation requirement, which is so that not only does a student member of the board go to each and every school, but the other members of the board go there as well. Because in order for the board to make an educated decision on what is best for the student body, is for them to see each and every, not as a whole school, but each and every student as an individual. Thank you.
So I think the main issue that faces our students is the achievement gap, because there's a lot of students who don't have the right resources. So I think the way to fix that is by fixing it at the early childhood level. So it has been proven that at-risk children who don't receive the right high quality early childhood education are 60% more likely to not go to college. 60%. So if we can enact universal pre-K over the years, that will help our future students, the current children, future students of MCPS succeed, because they'll have the right high quality start that they need in order to learn better, function better, and overall just work better in a school environment.
The issue that I would definitely want to focus on is minimizing the achievement gap. There's some sort of stat in Montgomery County that by 11th grade, twice as many Asian and white students will have passed Algebra 2 than Hispanic and Black students, and I feel like this issue is widespread across our nation. The main issue with our county is that while we do have the best schools, not every student actually has equal opportunities to succeed in their life, and that's a sad reality. But I would try to push for issues that can help minimize this gap, like things like more funding for schools that have less funding for extracurricular activities to get our students in a better standing to succeed equally.
I've recently noticed a huge issue with students being depressed, or their social and emotional learning is they're very down because of the student workload. What I'm going to do as SMOB is create a student-led work group which tackles the issue of busy work and unnecessary workload in MCPS through working with our superintendent and members of his staff in order to eliminate busy work and give students the time that they need to participate in extracurricular activities and sports. Thank you.
That would definitely be the achievement gap. That's one of the biggest issues in our county right now. And to change that, I would increase the number of teachers as well as their training. And I would make an effort to reduce class sizes. And that's just so that every student in Montgomery County gets a voice, and so every student gets an equal education, because you shouldn't get a lesser education based on where you live, how much money your family has, or what school you go to?
It would probably be to make school start later, because I feel like the schedule of getting up really early, and it's just so stressful when you have so much work to do. And if you do after school activities like me, like I play basketball and baseball, and I also run the chess club, and it's hard to balance getting up so early with all those activities.